Welcome to the Business Coaching Masterclass. BCM spans the world of professional solutions, personal development, and family empowerment. We analyze potential problems and provide practical pathways. Your success depends on you becoming the best version of yourself. Start here and now, today.
I'm your host, G, and today's session is why the pay gap matters. To delineate your own destiny is paramount. All meaning comes from the development of intense personal responsibility. Any successful long-term relationship must be reciprocal. It must have balance. Leverage may exist, but it is not something that should be leaned upon all of the time. Great ideas stand alone through all the infinite tests of time. Be wise enough to know, for each person, your duty depends on what you want your duty to be. Your life depends on what you want your life to be. Life is the way that it is. Seek out your desires. Observation leads to good decisions. Encouragement leads to input. True power comes from competence that leads to dominance. Dominance, although perhaps beneficial in business, is a suboptimal position in human relationships. Be aware and take care. As a result, in any intellectual-based businesses, prejudice is in general very small because it leads to overarching negative decisions with awful consequences. Industriousness can be productive, but it also consumes resources. There are multiple reasons for everything that exists. How you do things is important. You must approach matters as if you want not just success, but also progress, and perhaps even happiness. As such, society has norms. Work is the consistent sacrifice of transformational energy and raw materials. Work is almost always tough choices and strain and pressure. Work can be all-out warfare, where a stalemate, such as an equality of outcome, is totally undesirable. It is then mutually self-destructive rather than instructive. Ask yourself, who decides what is equal? Who decides what is right? Who decides what is fair? Any attempt to achieve quality is a struggle against adversity of some kind on some level. Opportunity alone does not dictate success. Successful people are smart, conscientious, mentally strong, and so much more. There are too many issues that people regularly ignore and fail to deal with when commenting on equality. 1. Performance, interest, and personality all have a continuous effect on the choices we make. 2. To pay people equally assumes that the productivity of the work will be the same. 3. Variable metrics make comparisons much more complicated than people assume. 4. What happened before the starting line matters in terms of preparation for outcomes. 5. Those who work harder to achieve better results should receive greater benefits. 6. Equality of outcomes is undesirable because it erases the fundamentals required for progress. 7. Successful biology is an evolutionary process of infinitely small changes over long periods of time. 8. Agreeable people almost always get paid less, and some societies tend to negotiate less for pay rises. 9. Certain groups have foreshortened time frames and live with the stress of having to make decisions sooner. Good long-term ideas themselves are often anti-intuitive. As a result, you can't ever assume that people will automatically develop good habits. Habits are the building blocks of our world. We are all defined by our action, reaction, and interaction. To compete against men, you need to have masculine traits. Yet, in general, women are more orderly and men are more industrious in life's main occupations. The world has its trends. Women have a tendency to pay more for luxuries than men. Perhaps surprisingly, in spite of these nuances or inequalities, average IQ is identical when measured across society. The statistics don't lie. Logic is a recognizable pattern. Doubt without evidence could be a fatal error in anyone's thinking. The traits that predict success are variable and often change from person to person and from place to place. To understand this, you must learn to understand different perspectives. Consider how being questioned is different from being interviewed. In order to be able to think, you must risk offending somebody. Rational opinion becomes your entire dominion. Thinking requires thought. The idea that the replacement of a variety of natural opportunities with the goals of groups is predicated on the unempirical belief that individualism is undesirable, unattainable, and unnecessary. To evolve is a personal process, not an arbitrary decision. Real status is the regulation and intentional control of emotions to empower well-being in thought and execution. Hierarchical organization is a natural structure within evolutionary nature. Nature is harsh, and biology is brutal. Winners live to tell the tales and are forever affected, and losers get eaten for lunch. To best avoid negative outcomes, be neither rash nor harsh, nor too soft nor too kind. Learn to listen. Really listening is different from projecting what you think to be true, or what seems the case. Seek evidence. Talk with somebody and not to them. Optimize the variable opportunities. This is what bridges all gaps.
Thank you for taking time to listen to the Business Coaching Masterclass. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this information wherever you find it. Link up on social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. Leave a comment or ask a question, and we will endeavor to answer it. Now, go out into the world and make the changes you need to make today.
My final note today is about the fact that there are a lot of things that matter. There are a lot of things affecting the world around about us and us directly and indirectly. But I think part of the truth of life is that until we realize that we matter, we are not going to have an effect on the world around about us. So please think about that a little bit wherever you are today, and enjoy the moments. Take care.